Hi everyone! In this video, we will show you how you can retrieve the message disposition notification or MDN message for a process execution that sent an AS2 message. We will do this in a Boomi process using the AtomSphere API to request the AS2 details, which includes the MDN message. So let's get started. The AS2 connector record object in the AtomSphere API will return details of the document and trading partner along with AS2 specific information. One of the details it returns is the MDN message. We will get quite a few other details as well, but they are all relevant to the same AS2 transaction. You can find the AS2 connector record object description in the Boomi user guide. Click on the integration menu and select API reference, then expand the API objects and object-based operations category. To get the AS2 connector record results, you must have a role that includes view results privilege in Boomi. Other objects in the AtomSphere API may require other privileges. We'll use the Boomi AtomSphere API connector to send a request with the execution ID that sent an AS2 message and will query the AS2 connector record object. The setup for this begins by creating a new process with the no data start shape. From the Component Explorer, we can find the Boomi AtomSphere API connector and drag the icon onto the canvas. The connector shape configuration panel appears on the right side of the window. We'll click the green plus icon in the connection field to create a new AtomSphere API. In the AtomSphere API connection shown on the right here, we'll edit the WSDL URL field and replace the account ID with the Boomi account ID. We'll enter a username and password, or we can use an API authentication token by changing authentication type to API token and enter in the token value at the API token field. After creating a connection to the Boomi AtomSphere API, we need to create an operation for the connector. First, we'll change the action type to query, then click the green plus icon for the operation in the connector shape configuration panel to create a new operation. The Boomi AtomSphere API import wizard dialog is displayed. The connection should be automatically filled in, but if not, we would choose the connection just created. We'll select an atom from the drop-down menu for the atom field. It can be any atom you have access to. In the filter field, we'll just type AS2 in a star or an asterisk and then click the next button. After a moment, we should see the results. Shown here on the right, the object type shows AS2 connector record, which is the object we want to query. We click the next button again to advance. When the import wizard has completed the connection and downloaded the profile, you'll be prompted to add a filter. The first filter is execution ID equals, and since this matches our intended use, we will add that filter, then click the finish button. Once the import wizard has closed and we're back in the operation, click the Save and Close button. The connector on the build canvas now shows 0 or 1 parameter set. We'll want to click on the word Parameters to open the connector shape configuration panel with the Parameters tab open. Since we only have one parameter to import here, we'll click the link to Import All one of the parameters, indicated here by the arrow. By clicking on the parameter in the list and then clicking the pencil icon to edit, we can edit the parameter value. We will set the execution ID value as a static string, just like in this example. We'll paste the execution ID of the process execution that sent an AS2 message. The one shown here is from a process that sent a single AS2 message. We'll click the OK button to close this dialog, then click OK again to close the connector shape configuration panel. The process now has a completed connector configuration. We just need to connect the start shape to the connector, then add a stop shape at the end. We'll click the Save button when the shapes are hooked together, and we can run this process in test mode and see the results. When we run the process in test mode, we click on the stop shape and select Shape Source Data to see the document returned. In the document viewer, you can see the XML results with the MDN message text. We could simplify and format the results to make it more presentable if this is what's needed for your business reasons. For this example, we'll just leave it as is. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and be sure to look for more EDI-related videos on the Boomi YouTube channel.